Thank you for joining us for WGAL 8 Brainbusters, our 20th season. We're here at Studio A, where our crew, players, and audience members are fully vaccinated as we follow strict COVID protocols.
From Studio A, this is WGAL 8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our studio and show once again. We had a great game to kick off our new season with West Perry and Warwick is automatically moving on to round two. West Perry may be a wild card winner, but today we have two new teams, Cedar Cliff and Hershey. So let's not waste any time. Let's put them to work now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Welcome to all 6 of you. Pick up your signaling buttons, use them frequently, beginning with this 10-point question. The empire led by Cyrus the Great and Xerxes the Great was conquered by Alexander the Great. What great empire was it?
Persian Empire?
The Persian Empire is correct for 10 points. Archdeacon Frollo names him for the first Sunday after Easter and raises him to be the bell ringer at the cathedral. Who is the hunchback?
Quasimodo.
Quasimodo is correct, and that gets Hershey on the board for 10 points. During the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, dozens of bombs were exploded in this city, including the 1963 bombing of a black Baptist church that killed 4 little girls. In what Alabama city?
Birmingham.
Ayush.
Birmingham.
Birmingham, Alabama is correct. On this scale, 0 is calm, 8 or 9 is a gale, 10 or 11 is a storm, 12 is a hurricane. What scale is used for measuring wind speed? David?
F.
Oh, no, sorry, that's incorrect. Anybody from Cedar Cliff? Well, we stumped you on the Beaufort scale. It's caused by a defect in a gene that codes for factor VIII, a crucial blood clotting protein. What is this genetic disease?
Von
Sam.
Willebrand's disease?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. No, I'm sorry,
Sorry.
you can't. From anybody from Cedar Cliff? We stumped you on hemophilia. Under the Articles of Confederation, it was the central governing body of the new republic. What was this legislature? Oh, that was the Continental Congress. And now it's time for the Big Brain Buster, brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. Robert Millikan's famous oil drop experiment enabled him to determine the charge of this subatomic particle. What negatively charged particle is it, David?
Electron?
Electron is correct. Congratulations, Hershey. San Francisco became the heart of this movement in the early 1950s. What group of writers included William Burroughs, Allen Ginsberg, and Jack Kerouac? David again.
Beats?
The Beats or Beatniks, you are correct. When a devastating earthquake struck Tokyo in 1923, one of the few buildings left standing was the Imperial Hotel, designed by this American architect of falling water. Who is he? David again.
Frank Lloyd Wright?
He's the one. The last presidential debate took place on October 22nd, 2020. Now, who were the first 2 candidates who faced each other in the very first televised presidential debate in October 1960? Ayush.
JFK and Nixon.
Nixon, just in time. You are correct for another 10 points. Scientists think they're caused by magnetic fields created by the sun's uneven rotation. What are these darker periodic eruptions on the sun's surface? Ayush.
Solar flares.
Solar flares or sunspots, yes. They weren't stealing anything. They were adjusting wiretapping equipment that had been installed in May in the headquarters of the Democratic Party. Where were these so-called burglars? Evan?
Watergate.
Watergate. They were arrested June 17, 1972. On Easter Sunday, 2018, NBC aired a live concert version of this 1970 musical with John Legend in the title role. What is this Andrew Lloyd Webber, Tim Rice classic? Ayush.
School of Rock.
No, sorry, good guess though. Any idea from Cedar Cliff? Oh, we stumped you on Jesus Christ Superstar, William Marcy Tweed, Mark Twain's Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, and Bruce Springsteen all share the same nickname. What is it? Kate?
The King.
No, not the King, sorry. Ayush. No, it's the boss is the correct answer. The name comes from the Greek for beautiful writing, which is exactly what it is. What is this art, Kate?
Calligraphy?
Calligraphy is correct. In 2012, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that it violates this amendment for police to install a GPS device on a suspect's car without a warrant. And we were going for the Fourth Amendment because that sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. We're going to get ready for the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds in just a few moments. But first, take a moment to watch these messages.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, these students are sharp, and that's thanks in large part to the coaching that they received. So let's pause from the action for a moment and meet our coaches and alternates. So first, from Cedar Cliff, it's a pleasure to introduce Mrs. Audrey Plazio. She's a biology teacher. And next to her is Zach Coons. He's a sophomore, and he is a really quick reader, I understand, and reads a lot and voraciously, and he's reading old medicine books, currently The Butchering Art. I think that's really fascinating. Now next is Kevin Ding, and he is the alternate from Hershey. He's quite the musician. He plays the violin and recently picked up the viola and is quite a gifted violinist, as I understand. And next to him is Mrs. Samantha Gray. She is the new gifted resource teacher at Hershey High School, and welcome to all of you, and welcome to you and our players. We have a great game going, 30-70, but it's early yet because it's time now for today's one-on-one rapid fire, where we get to meet our players and see what's happening in their busy lives and see how they do individually. So first we're going to say hello to Evan Heisler. Evan is a junior at Cedar Cliff, and you've taken a lot of classes from elementary and up through your junior year. And there's one class at the high school that was an elective, but stands out as something you really learned something great about. Tell us about that.
In my sophomore year, I took an aquaponics class at Cedar Cliff, and it taught me a lot about like how sensitive and like delicate of a process food procurement is in agriculture, and how I think taken for granted that is in everyday life.
And here we just go to the grocery store and here it is, but there's so much that goes into it. Thank you very much for sharing. And now we meet Sam Kegler. She is a senior at Hershey, and it's great to have you here for the first time. And obviously you're very busy and obviously doing homework, I assume, every day after school, but you do have fun outside of school. So what do you do outside of school for fun?
Yes, I do, in the very little free time I have, but I've been dancing for 14 years, so that's really my passion outside of school. I love ballet, jazz, theater, contemporary, so I spend 8 hours at the studio per week.
That's
pursuing
great
that.
exercise. It certainly keeps you in shape. Well, Sam and Evan, I hope you're in shape as we put you two one-on-one for these 3 questions. The children's book of Thee I Sing, Dreams from My Father, The Audacity of Hope, and Change We Can Believe in, and finally, A Promised Land. Who is this author and ex-president? Sam?
Bush?
No, sorry, incorrect. Evan, do you have any idea? We stumped you on President Barack Obama. The name is a corruption of an Aleut word meaning great land. We call it the last frontier. Which state is it? We stumped you on Alaska. And finally, a comet has one, an atom has one. So does a seed in a cell. What word refers to the center of a comet? Evan?
Nucleus?
The nucleus, a center of a comet, an atom, a seed, and a cell is a nucleus, and that's 10 points, 40-70, as we now meet our 2 captains. So first from Cedar Cliff, it's a pleasure to welcome Kate Gannon. You're a senior, and it's great to have you here at Studio A. And besides your phone or computer, we have lots of things that we cherish. What is something that you can share with us that you cherish?
Last year for my birthday, my grandfather gave me a collection of his poems that he wrote like 30 years ago. So those are really important to me.
Oh, that's nice. And have you read them? And do they?
I have read them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really good. But I'm not gonna. he doesn't want me to share them with anyone.
Oh, I respect that so much. Maybe you can publish them one day, or who knows. And now from Hershey, we say hello to Ayush Verma. You are a senior, and welcome to you for the first time. And like we asked Sam too, what do you do for fun outside of school?
So I've been a competitive swimmer since I was about 8 or so, and so that takes up a lot of my time. I swim for a club team and my high school team, and that's usually 2-hour practices after school every day, and then swim meets on the weekends and during the school days during high school season. So
Do you pursue that? Are you going to consider pursuing that in college?
I might, but not like a competitive level, maybe like on a club team or something like that, just to keep in shape.
Yeah, the swimming pools at college are great. I remember mine at University of Michigan. Ayush and Kate, let's put you two one-on-one. The morel and shiitake are edible. The destroying angel and death cap. Ayush?
Mushrooms?
They are all mushrooms, yes. For the answer to this question, go way back to the 19th century. Before the Civil War, these social reformers included William Lloyd Garrison. They were determined to end slavery. Who were they? Ayush again.
Abolitionists? Abolitionists?
Abolitionists, yes, you are correct for another 10 points. And now it's time for the Millersville Epic Question of the Week.
In the short story The Pit and the Pendulum, the narrator describes the torments endured as a prisoner of the Spanish Inquisition. Who wrote it?
Kate?
Edgar Allan Poe.
He's the one. Good for you. 50-90 as we now meet our third players in today's competition. So first from Cedar Cliff, it's a pleasure to welcome once again Jonah Shifkin-Smith, a senior at the high school. Now, Jonah, what do you do for fun outside of school?
I like to garden. It's just really nice being outside, and it's really rewarding to watch as things grow.
So, now, do you have a large garden at home? During, obviously, appropriate months.
It's like maybe a medium-sized garden.
And is there any particular vegetable that you're most lucky with?
I really like green beans.
Green beans, if you don't get the rabbits to eat them, I've always had bad luck with them. Good for you. And now we say hello to David Green, and we've known you for many years on this show, and it's great to welcome you back. You are now a senior at Hershey. And what do you do for fun outside of school, David?
So one of my favorite hobbies is astronomy. I like to go out at night and look at the stars and the moon and the planets. And once I even saw the Andromeda Galaxy.
Very cool. All right, nice. All right, Jonah and David, let's put you two one-on-one. Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. Quito is the capital of Ecuador. What is the capital of Colombia? David?
Bogota?
Bogota is correct. There are 9 parts of speech, including nouns and verbs. What part of speech are the, and a? Jonah.
Articles?
They are all articles. And finally, in geometry, it's a line drawn from an angle to the midpoint of the side opposite the angle. In statistics, it's the middle value in a distribution. What's the word, David?
Median?
It is median indeed, yes. Great game going 60-100. Now we're going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second team lightning round. So, Kate, your team is behind at this point, so you have the honor or luxury of selecting first among these 3 quizzes. Where in the world? Lucky 7. It's just J.
Evan, do you have a preference? It's just J.
Jazz, Jordan, and Janet Jackson all begin with J. For 10 points each, identify these other people, places, and things whose names all begin with J. Now, Kate, I take your answer as the team's answer, but Evan and Jonah are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all 3 of you, and here we go with our first question. 2 U.S. presidents have shared this last name, Andrew and Lyndon.
Johnson.
Correct. 6 presidents had this first name, Madison, Monroe, Polk, Buchanan, Garfield, and Carter.
James.
James is correct. The largest planet is named for the supreme god in Rome.
Sorry, Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. It's Shakespeare's play about the Honorable Brutus, but he's not a title character.
Julius Caesar.
He's the one. In 1995, Robin Williams movie about a board game.
Jumanji.
Correct. The largest lake in Florida, it's on the St. Johns River. The largest city in Florida, I'm sorry.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is correct. These large veins in your neck drain blood from your head.
Jugular.
Jugular is correct. In the Old Testament, he was Asaph's twin brother.
John.
Jacob. The unit of energy equal to 1 Newton meter.
Jewel.
Jewel, yeah, she's the governess in for Mr. Rochester in Charlotte Bronte's first novel.
Jane.
I need the full name.
Ear.
Jane Eyre, yes. It's the Arabic word for the Muslim holy war.
Jihad.
Jihad, yes. Reggae music began on this island in the Caribbean Sea.
Jamaica.
Jamaica's correct. Very nicely done. 11 correct. 110 points came your way. So, Ayush, it's up to you with the 2 remaining quizzes. Where in the world or Lucky 7?
In the world.
Where in the world? Here are some questions about mountains, rivers, cities, countries, and continents all over the world. So for 10 points each, we'd like you to tell us what or where they are. Ayush, I take your answers, the team's answers. Sam and David are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. In what mountain range is Mount Everest a prominent
Himalayas.
peak? Correct. This river runs from the Sudan north through Egypt to the Mediterranean
Nile.
Sea. The Nile, yes. What is the principal religion of Latin America?
Catholicism.
Catholicism, yes. It's the only U.S. state named for a U.S. president. Washington. What leaf is seen on the flag of Canada?
Maple.
Maple leaf is correct. This Asian country has its capital at Phnom Penh.
Thailand.
Cambodia. Which New England state takes its name from the French for Green Mountain?
Vermont.
Vermont, yes. What sea is bordered by Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia?
Baltic.
Baltic is correct. What country celebrated its Independence Day on Cinco de Mayo?
Mexico.
Mexico does. In which of the United States will you find natives called Cajuns?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. And what part of the United Kingdom are the Firth of Forth and the Firth of Clyde?
England.
Scotland. The northernmost national capital in the world is the capital of Iceland.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik, yes. What country in the news borders Iran, Pakistan, and China? And that was Afghanistan. 8 correct, so 80 points came your way. 170 to 200. We have a great game building here. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. During our break, each player will wager 0, 10, or 15 points based on their knowledge of private citizens in space. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy in just a few moments.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, I'm so glad you're back because we are about to head into today's bonus Brainbuster category. We have a great game going, 170 to 200. So now let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Jerry Gish. He has today's bonus Brainbuster question.
Thanks, Rich. And now here's your bonus Brainbuster question. In 1986, Krista McAuliffe was chosen to be the first private citizen on a space shuttle. She and 6 other crew members died in the explosion of the Challenger. What was Krista McAuliffe's profession? Again, in 1986, Krista McAuliffe was chosen to be the first private citizen on a space shuttle. She and 6 other crew members died in the explosion of the Challenger. What was Krista McAuliffe's profession? Now back to Studio A, Rich.
Thanks, Jerry. Good luck, players. We'll give you about 5 seconds. This was going to be more challenging than it was. So, Evan, we're going to start with you. Private citizens in space. What was Krista McAuliffe's profession? A teacher. Good for you. 5 points is added to Cedar Cliff's score. Kate, it's up to you. Did you come up with teacher? You came up with teacher as well. Conservative wager of 5 points as well. Jonah, it's up to you. We have a 3-way. 5 points, teacher. 15 points have been added to your score. Sam, did you also come up with teacher? Science teacher more specifically, but 0 wager. You took a chance, no problem at all. So no wager affecting you. 5 points with a teacher as well. 5 points added, 10 points teacher added for you. So we have 15 points for each score added, 185 to 215. We're going to pick up the pace once again and play the all-important Final Frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. It's anybody's game. Pick up those signaling buttons beginning now. In the original French version, it's called La Belle et la Bête. What is the more familiar, Kate?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast of the English translation of this story's title. Apart from their color, there's another major difference between red and white blood cells. What do, Sam?
One carries oxygen.
No, I'm sorry, I can't accept that. What do white blood cells have that red blood cells don't? We have a biology teacher here, and I know she knows the answer. The answer is a nucleus. White blood cells have a nucleus. In 2021, Raphael Warnock became the third African-American senator, joining Tim Scott and what former mayor of Newark? Say, David.
Cory Booker.
He's the one for 20 points. In the 18th century BC, he stated that the strong should not injure the weak and the punishment should fit the crime. What Babylonian king compiled one? David again.
Hammurabi.
He's the one, correct again. It's the oldest section of Washington, D.C. It's the capital of the Cayman Islands. It's the capital of the South American country of Guyana. What's the name?
Georgetown?
Georgetown, Evan, you got it just in time for 20 points. In a right triangle, the reciprocal of the tangent is the cotangent. What is the reciprocal of the sine?
Cosine.
No, not cosine. Sorry about that. Anybody from Cedar Cliff?
Cosecant?
Cosecant is the correct answer. The electrical charge of your nervous system is caused by the exchange of two chemical ions across. Sam?
Sodium and potassium.
Correct for 20 points. It's about the size of a fox and lived about 50 million years ago. What large modern animal is descended from the tiny Eohippus? Kate? Horse is correct. It has been erupting from time to time since 2013, including in July 2015. What is Europe's most active volcano in almost a constant state of activity on the island of Sicily? Kate again.
Mount Etna.
That's correct again. Founded by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale in 1966, its goals were social equality and revolutionary socialism, including armed rebellion if necessary. David.
The Black Panthers.
Black Panthers is correct. Sculpted from 190 BC to celebrate a Greek naval victory, it was found on the island of Samothrace in 1863. Who was this winged goddess of victory, now in the Louvre? Kate.
Nike.
Nike is correct, a major figure in the Harlem Renaissance of the 1920s. His collection of poems include One-Way Ticket and The Weary Blues. Ayush.
Jackson Hughes.
Oh, no, that sound, not in time. It was Langston Hughes, and that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. Look at those scores, 305 to 295, but we'll be back with some final words in just a moment.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
They came from behind, but Cedar Cliff ended up to be triumphant. So they will return for round two and challenge Warwick. Now, we may see Hershey again because they could be one of the wild card winners. Coming up next is Redland versus Carlisle. And we're expecting another exciting match. From all of us here at WGAL, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So long for now.